Alright, let's get straight to it. We're living in a world that's constantly throwing curveballs, aren't we? Stress is up, satisfaction seems down for a lot of folks. You might be feeling overwhelmed, maybe even a little lost. You're looking for solutions, something real that can make a difference. Well, I'm here to tell you about something powerful. It's something you already have inside you. It doesn't cost a dime, and it can change your life from the inside out. I'm talking about gratitude. Plain and simple, being thankful. It's time to wake up to its incredible potential. Think about it. How often do you stop and truly appreciate what you have? Not just the big things, but the everyday stuff, the sunshine, a good cup of coffee, a kind word from a stranger. We get so caught up in chasing what we don't have, that we forget to acknowledge the good that's already right in front of us. This isn't just some feel-good fluff. It's a fundamental shift in perspective that can transform your well-being. Gratitude is about finding the good, even when things are hard. It's about training your brain to see the positive, to focus on your blessings instead of just your burdens. Let's explore how gratitude isn't just a nice idea, but a practical tool for a better life. Let's talk about what happens upstairs in your brain when you practice gratitude. It's not magic, it's chemistry. When you genuinely feel thankful, your brain releases a couple of key neurotransmitters. These are the chemical messengers that influence how you feel. Two of the big players here are dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical. It's associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. When you experience gratitude, your brain gets a nice little hit of dopamine, making you feel good. Serotonin helps regulate your mood, anxiety, and happiness. Practicing gratitude can help boost serotonin levels, leading to a more stable, positive mood, and a reduction in those anxious feelings that can really weigh you down. So, when you take a moment to count your blessings, you're not just going through the motions, you are actively changing your brain chemistry for the better. This isn't about ignoring problems or pretending they don't exist. It's about balancing the scales by consciously focusing on the good. This chemical shift can make you feel more optimistic, more content, and more resilient in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Now, I know some of you are thinking, okay, Dr. Phil, that sounds good, but where's the proof? I like proof. And the science backs this up. Let's look at a landmark study conducted by Dr. Robert Emmons and Dr. Michael McCullough back in 2003. These researchers wanted to see what would happen if people regularly focused on gratitude. They divided participants into groups. One group was asked to journal weekly about things they were grateful for. Another group journaled about daily hassles, and a third about neutral life events. The results were pretty darn clear. The group that focused on gratitude reported higher levels of positive emotions. They felt more optimistic and more satisfied with their lives. They also reported fewer physical symptoms like headaches or colds. And get this, they even spent more time exercising. Simply writing down what you're thankful for can lead to all these positive changes. This study, and others like it, demonstrate that gratitude isn't just a passive feeling. It's an active process that can be cultivated. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Let's dig a little deeper into how this gratitude thing actually changes your brain structure over time. It's not just about those immediate chemical boosts of dopamine and serotonin. Practicing gratitude regularly can actually help create new neural pathways in your brain. Think of your brain like a landscape with many paths. The thoughts you think most often create well-worn roads. If you're constantly focused on negativity, stress, and worry, those become the superhighways in your brain. But here's the good news. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. This is called neuroplasticity. When you consistently practice gratitude, you start to carve out new pathways, positive pathways. Each time you focus on something you're thankful for, you're strengthening these new roads. Over time, it becomes easier and more natural for your brain to travel these gratitude routes. You're essentially training your brain to default to a more positive outlook. This rewiring process is powerful. You are fundamentally changing the way your brain processes information and experiences. Section 5. Get to work. 3 real ways to practice gratitude daily. Alright, so we know gratitude is good for you, we know it changes your brain. Now let's get practical. How do you actually make this a part of your life? It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm going to give you 3 straightforward, actionable ways you can start practicing gratitude today. First up is gratitude journaling. This is where you simply write down things you're thankful for. Aim for 3 to 5 things each day or a few times a week. They can be big or small. I'm grateful for my health, or I'm grateful for the warm cup of coffee this morning. The second method is writing gratitude letters. Think about someone who has made a positive impact on your life. Write them a letter expressing your appreciation. Be specific about what they did and how it made you feel. If you're comfortable, you can even deliver it and read it to them in person. This not only boosts your own feelings of gratitude, but can also significantly strengthen your relationships. Third, there's verbal appreciation. This is about making gratitude a regular part of your conversations. Make it a point to verbally thank the people around you. Thank your spouse for making dinner, thank your colleague for their help on a project, thank the barista for your coffee. Acknowledging others not only makes them feel good, but also reinforces your own sense of gratitude. Section 6. Beyond a smile. Gratitude's impact on your mental health. We've touched on how gratitude makes you feel good, but let's talk specifically about its impact on your mental health. One significant area where gratitude makes a difference is sleep. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude tend to fall asleep more easily, sleep longer, and report better sleep quality. Another major benefit is the reduction of anxiety and symptoms of depression. When you're regularly tuning into what's good in your life, it helps to counteract the brain's natural negativity bias. Gratitude shifts your attention, providing a buffer against anxious thoughts and depressive feelings. It helps you build emotional resilience, making you better equipped to handle stress and adversity. Gratitude has been linked to increased feelings of connectedness and reduced feelings of loneliness and isolation. So, the practice of gratitude isn't just an internal exercise. It has profound social benefits that contribute to a healthier, more stable emotional state. Section 7. The feel-good cycle, how gratitude keeps giving. Let's talk about something I call the gratitude dopamine loop. This is how gratitude can become a self-reinforcing habit that continuously boosts your positive emotions. Remember how we discussed that feeling grateful releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical in your brain? Well, your brain loves dopamine. So when you practice gratitude and get that pleasant dopamine hit, your brain essentially says, "That felt good, let's do that again." This creates a positive feedback loop. You consciously choose to focus on something you're grateful for. This act triggers the release of dopamine. The dopamine makes you feel good, which reinforces the behavior of practicing gratitude. Because it felt good, you're more likely to practice gratitude again in the future. And each time you do, you strengthen that neural pathway, making it easier and more automatic to feel grateful. It's an upward spiral of positivity. Section 8. No faking it. Real gratitude beats toxic positivity. Now it's important we get something straight. Practicing gratitude is not about slapping a fake smile on your face and pretending everything is wonderful when it's not. That's what some people call toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is when you deny or invalidate genuine negative emotions, either in yourself or others, by insisting on a positive-only outlook. It's saying just be positive to someone who is clearly suffering. That's not helpful, and it's not what real gratitude is about. Life has its ups and downs, and it's okay to feel sad, angry, or frustrated. Genuine gratitude acknowledges the reality of your situation, challenges and all. It doesn't ignore the bad, but it makes a conscious effort to also see the good. It's about finding authentic things to be thankful for, even if they're small, amidst the difficulties. Section 9, your turn right now, the simple path to a better you. We've talked a lot about the science, the benefits, and the how-to of gratitude. Now, it's time for you to take action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. I want to give you a simple, actionable challenge. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I want you to pause for just a moment, take a deep breath. And now, I want you to think of 3 things, just 3, that you are grateful for in this very moment. They don't have to be monumental, they can be incredibly simple. Maybe it's the chair you're sitting on that's supporting you. Maybe it's the technology that's allowing you to read this. Maybe it's a loved one you're thinking about, or the fact that you have food in your pantry. Perhaps it's the ability to see, to hear, to think. Just identify 3 things. If you're able, jot them down. If not, just hold them in your mind. Notice how you feel after acknowledging these things. Even this small act can create a little shift, a little lift in your spirits. That's the power of gratitude in action.